That's always about a third map here.
Yeah.
Going into their map pick of Nuke here for CNCS, there is a lot to discuss, a lot to think about here. But the bosses, we know at least they are the landlords. You have Ellison, Wilkie, and Slight. Even Darty Montana kind of starting to make his statements here on a variety of land stages. So this could still be for the bosses for the better. See what CNCS have on offer though. It's a little bit of an outside default, a little creep going down.
Yeah, lots of people on the upper bomb site here for bosses. Wilkie ready on top of Hut there, and JT outside. It's already Ellison finding a pick. Project 90 got sliced through the smoke outside, but JT is still ready up here, and there's still so many angles to look at for the T's. They aren't getting any of them either. It's only Ocean left and just swarmed by the defense of bosses.
Yeah, unable to get an initial entry to pry apart the crossfires that was set up from the site and from the CT vent, as well as Heaven. JT came back in rotation and started sniping up a couple heads as well. Pistol round found for bosses. CNCS LastHope very likely to be going on a bit of an eco vacation. So for the bosses, let's see at least the cash startup here. We haven't seen CNCS really on a different map other than Inferno, it feels like. So let's go ahead and
not. No bomb plant either, so nothing doing for that. Here's Slight coming out aggressive. Does manage to find Ekam with the headshot. Here's Darty Montana as well, collapsing in. There's Darty Montana with the last three. Easy 2-0 for bosses.
Two-zip coming in. Buy in for CNCS. I wonder if they're just going to throw some sort of fast play. It's going to set the tempo of the T side for this first initial round. You have a lot of options available, however. Perhaps an outside default. We'll see what they have on offer. They chose this map for a reason. I'm sure they have the set plays ready to go. I think they are going for a bit of the outside smoke lineup. Just going for the default wall to be assembled. But throwing a smoke in. Does that create a gap or not? I'm not necessarily sure if it does or not. But either way, Darty Montana is actually the first to hit the deck. Getting a bit frisky in towards the ramp room. That's going to force the defense to turtle.
Yeah, those smokes are out, and as you say, I don't think it created a gap. And so now outside has been given up. Here's Ocean first in. Ocean gets a great kill on Wilkie. That's going to open up the upper site. And Ocean, again, the entry fragger coming through hard. There's Ekam as well to find JT. The first gun round for CNCS LastHope is off to the races as only Ellison remains on the SMG. Finding one, but very difficult to get anywhere else. Bomb's still not planted. Are they going downstairs?
No, they had to get the bomb and spawn. So
there you go.
I mean, they could go downstairs if they wanted to. He has only 16 points of health. But Ocean the flank coming in. Ellison, wait. No. What? Not a 1v5 from Ellison. Oh, man.
That's unreal. So Ellison definitely makes a meal out of that round, definitely does some damage, and bosses on their bonus are going to be pretty happy with the money they end up with here. Likely going to go for the buy. The CNCS LastHope. Yeah, lost a couple of rifles there. We'll see what ends up happening for them. The T side there is definitely, CNCS LastHope needs those rounds, like you say, their map pick.
All right, back in, though, with the buy. That was only the bonus, just keep in mind. So still able to bring in guns for the boss's camp. And actually, now they actually get the M4s. Thing is here, consistent mini splits can always be threatened. Ellison consistently playing towards top hut. That is a huge weakness that could be exploited. Gonna be able to cross their way into secret. Unspotted. No noise made, but JT is still already down here and towards the lower side. Just jump spotting at the moment. Waiting to get his nade out and ready to go. A boost. They're trying to assemble it. It came very close. They get past their grenade as well. Nice headshot found right onto the head of JT. So now this 4-on-5. What do? Are they going to play themselves? They're going to try and pop up to A. Try to come back to the vent. And that's where Wilkie and Ellison, the dynamic duo, try to put it all together. Lots of damage dealt. Both these remaining players half HP and an MP9 on a flank. He's in front of the molly. Yi gets dropped by the hands of Slight and is just Mystic. 1v2. Darty's going to get him. They lose the opener, but maybe outthinking themselves there, CNCS.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of indecision there. And it's Wilkie and Ellison finally that setup in upper coming to fruition in that situation. Even with the SMGs on a couple of players, bosses pull that one off, go up to 3-1. And CNCS are on the eco, so they have to figure out what they want to do. It's likely you're going to see some sort of play for a bomb plant here just to grab some cash. But we'll see how they do that if something like event drop is coming through. Zico once again out. Project 90 picking that one up.
All right, just the eco right now for CNCS. If they get an extra couple kills, then maybe that could work out awful nice. Slight, on the other hand, aggressive. Gets dropped out by Ekim, and this is about how the round's supposed to go. They do lose Wilkie, so an M4 is scrounged up, but I think there isn't too much left on the table here. These remaining players just Ocean Hop and getting ran down by the USB at Darty Montana. Confident play to kick this off for the bosses. This is what they're made of, folks. This is what they do. Just confidence is how they bring it.
You might be seeing this a lot. The bosses can kind of run people down. They just have the skill. And they are going to be flexing it here. CNCS LastHope finally put Ekim on the op where he looked so strong yesterday all through the group stage. We saw some magnificence from Ekim. But can he do it against the superstars here? Against the Lanimals? It's going outside towards the smoke wall, and Ellison's playing up.
Oh, Ellison right next to the smoke. JT as well. Circling around him. Right underneath the nose of these two players. Ekim is able to readjust, though. JT Mythic will not be walking away with a double kill. So 1-for-1 to start. Just keep in mind, there's no real op for sight. He's still playing on top of Garage right now. If he can choose a timing to pop up and find Ekim. No shots connecting for either player, but it is Darty Montana into ramp. Reliable double kill. And now it's just leaving Mystic as well. Bomb on his back. Does find Slight. Actually has a chance. If he gets another kill here on the low HP Darty, this could be great. But Wilkie activating his flank off the back of the footstep. They lose Darty Montana. Can Wilkie's flank activate in time? It can. It'll find Mystic. Just Ekim. 1v2. Turns the flash. Can't hit the shot, though. Now getting run down by multiple players. MP9s and all the likes. Doesn't even have to bomb on him. Oh my god, what a quick scope onto Wilkie. But traded out instantly. Boss is now 5-1.
Pretty good movement there by Ekim. Nice try. Did as well as he could have, but with the op there and two players pushing you, not much you can do against that kind of 2v1. So bosses once again, even with damage dealt, they can buy back up and put CNCS LastHope back on the eco. And CNCS LastHope, it's just back and forth right now. They're gonna be on max loss bonus, and they do need to do something with these gun rounds when they come around. The opportunities slip away more and more as the game continues.
Now just trying to at least try their luck outside. It's not a fantastic angle there for Slight. In fact, they will be able to spot him first, so they peeked it extraordinarily slowly. They could have had a cool 1D, but Slight just has a shooting gallery wheeled out for him outside. Darty is going to do what he does best, and that is mop up, push in the lobby and mop up the remaining two players. Let them know who's boss, as the bosses. Oh, 6-1.
Yeah, I think we all know who's boss right now with a 6-1 lead here. Great op shots from Slight.
You know,
back into a gun round. What's up?
You know, the lore behind the boss's tag is just
Tell
because Darty Montana is quote unquote the boss. That's the entire joke. I don't
That's
know.
Just his nickname or what?
It's not like a nickname. It's just something I found out yesterday while scrolling through Twitter. So
there you go.
It wasn't. It's not that deep, is what I'm gonna say.
Epic backstory on the broadcast right here. Yeah, I mean, hey, you know what? You just need a name. You know, it doesn't need to be anything special because your gameplay is special. Yi does take out Darty Montana. The boss goes down, but immediately traded by Slight, who's readjusted, not playing outside anymore. And Wilkie up close in the smoke. Was there a tiny gap, but still JT outside, traded out by Ekim, but very little has been gained yet by the T's, and even less when Mystic goes down. There's Project 90 to find Ellison on a 2 versus 2. Wilkie gets caught on the jump up, and it's Slight alone with the op. Molly goes in, perfect spot, and Slight has to back off.
Has to be aware of Ekim still potentially lurking outside. Oh my! He doesn't hit the shot, he doesn't hit it again! Oh no! Oh, he pulls the trigger! Finds Project 90! Unbelievable clutch from Slight. The first one was kind of just handed to him, but the wallbang kill for the clutch. And oh boy, the bosses are laughing to the bank.
That is mind-blowing from Slight. What is this? He first gets caught with a knife out and still manages the deagle kill right here, and then just bask in the glory of this.
I mean, I was so waiting for it. The trepidation as he walked into his crosshair. He like flicks onto him. Like, you're kidding.
You do that on LAN.
I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. He like flicks onto them.
Oh my goodness.
Slight is mad. Again, he's top garage as well.
Yeah. So confident.
This is... He actually gets spotted. He's in a rough spot, but oh, goodbye, Ekim. And they try to push smokes. And you can't push smokes against the bosses. Only the bosses get to push smokes. Pushing in one by one. Getting dealt with on duels all across the map. The bosses showing their strength in firepower. In spades. Project 90. Inside Squeaky. And Ellison's got him locked in. Clean as that. He was dead twice over. And the boss is 8-1.
Our plucky heroes of CNCS LastHope need a heck of a redemption arc right now, man. This is the absolute third act low point for them in the hero's journey, and I don't know if they're going to get over the hump. Bosses, I mean, with Slight playing like this, the confidence, the absolute precision that Slight is finding on these various plays, it is terrifying.
Out right now for guys over at CNCS. Just a bit of an eco outside play. They have one of the smokes assembled, maybe trying to run through, create a mini split, but not enough smokes. A massive gap in that for JT to work with. Now they've run through the smokes, though. They do overwhelm him at the end of it. So it'd actually leave them with a gun, but with the gun. A gun is not all they need here. Oh, Ellison. They've dropped down a mini. They have actually out. There's no one on the A site. 0 people here. Wilkie will deal with the flank of Ekim, but there's actually an empty site. But I don't think CNCS would even could even possibly fathom that.
Yeah, Mystic is up, though. Mystic is definitely getting a lot of info here, lots of space, but is about to run into Wilkie, who will not miss that one. So yeah, you saw a tiny little hole, tiny opportunity, but CNCS LastHope just didn't have the resources to take advantage of it.
Yeah, of course. There were a couple of maybe potentials. I mean, I think the mini splits have worked out the best for CNCS because they've caught a lot of the A-side players off guard. They haven't been really running a mini player for the bosses is the kind of the biggest thing. They're trying to exploit that weakness, and you're kidding. Darty Montana is already buying a Negev. And he is bringing that to ramp where they are about to be rushing him down. Oh, man. Went into Doom Cam there for a moment with Darty Montana. But only a 1-for-1. This might not be enough. Oh, Ellison. Hello, greetings to CNCS. He's already in their back lines. And Ekim can only take a pot shot through the smoke as it evens back to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, Yi did not have the reaction time there, or the call didn't come soon enough. But, yeah, like you said, CNCS LastHope had one of their few player advantages so far in the game.
They just over-rotated.
And, yeah, it's just not happening. Here is the complete A control. So, there's Project 90 to throw the smoke. Plant goes down, they can take up positions, and all the CTs are outside the site.
There's plenty of util available, however, for the guys over at... Oh, don't do this again to them. Not another op shot.
I can't take it.
Not an op shot through a smoke through a wall. Alright, they're going to flash through this mini smoke. Not really... I'm expecting, you know, some stronger molly, but the flash might do. Ocean Ha, though. 1-for-1. The trade's not quite there. JT swings through. Actually ops him down. But has to defuse just immediately. And Ekim's going to no-scope him. Very nicely done. CNCS, they capitalize on the over-rotation. A little bit of an overreaction coming in from the bosses. And that is a solid capitalization. But they're going to need a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's not the first time, though, that the bosses have left that upper site open in certain kind of mid-round situations. And so, yeah, keep your eyes on that, on those A defenders. The over-rotation could come in again with bosses kind of just running around the map. We talked about Ferrari Peaks already. That's just sort of their style that they're going with, trying to get through these. Here is the T's coming through, and it looks like, yeah, they're continuing to focus on upper.
I'm not going to call it like a like running around the map like it's
Yeah.
silly or anything, but you know, they are a very duel-oriented team, and you know, if they sense they're not gonna try and peek into 3 players at once. It's like these are smart fights they're taking, but they're taking far more fights than the average team would.
Yes.
So right now, the thing is for CNCS is they think they can try and do the same thing. They think they can run a very fight-oriented style, but when the firepower on this team is just so immense, it is going to be quite a tough ask.
Yeah, here is...
Oh, look at this. Slight.
Who's been moving. He's hit 3 different angles so far and did spot... Oh, what can Slight find? He does get it! He just goes a step too far. 5 versus 3 left, and now Ellison chooses to get aggressive into lobby.
Oh, man.
And he is going to find somebody. That's some great damage. A bit of info. Ellison backs off wisely. And Darty Montana is also found outside. And it's Dirty Montana who goes down.
Uh-oh, Ekim. In a little bit of a bind. That's to try and turn it around with the P250, but Ocean Hawk's position is now known, and they know he's low. I'm amazed that Darty Montana's nade didn't happen. You know how yesterday, was it yesterday that we had 2 nades take... No, that was actually last Fragadelphia. We had a nade trade kill where 2 players threw HE grenades at each other, and they both went down.
That's awesome.
But came close to happening again.
Yeah.
Either way, CNC's LastHope. They're on their last legs, honestly. All of a sudden. Double-digit CT side already. Down to an eco. It is not a happy, lively future. Could you give me a description of the future here for CNC's LastHope?
The future is not bright. The future is bleak, and it keeps getting bleaker because this kill from Slight has happened over and over again to the outside players. Slight just doesn't miss, although Oceanha has something to say about it. Slight does not miss, though. Such a good flick. That's 2 on the round. Ocean gets another,
though. Wrapping Slight... Oh, dear. Oh, Slight note. Dude, ever aware. This is what makes him such a great hopper in North America. He's aware, but the thing is the angle just simply not favoring him. Having a little too much fun. Oh, but Darty Montana. The windows aren't broken, so he can't actually slip through, but he still is going to find Project 90 in the open. Oceanha. Oh, I think he just got spotted by Ellison. Yeah, coming up from Secret, he got spotted. And Oceanha is in a little bit of trouble as Ellison will be able to drop him. Bosses keep things under wraps, 11-2. I have a feeling that the fun is just about to start beginning.
I think that you might be onto something there, Fi. I think that is
last round of the half. There's going to be some funny business.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Oceanha did well there, and Oceanha in general has been very good in this tournament. Really good on the entry, and just always good for a couple in a lot of different situations. But they need a lot more than that to CNCS LastHope, and yeah, there might start some for fun gaming here over for Bosses, who still seem to be playing relatively disciplined, though. It's always JT, like you said, no mini player. Instead, JT's always kind of moving around mobile outside, and this time hearing the footsteps.
Oh my.
Gonna spray through, and that's 2 for JT. The bomb on the floor, 3 for JT as the mini push gets absolutely destroyed.
Oh man, JT just walks in and gets 4. How about it for the guy? And the thing is he heard the flashbang being pinned, and he turned away from it. And that's the biggest thing, is JT's just aware of what kind of plays they're wanting to do. And JT Mythic is he is an IGL by trade. He understands, you know, kind of what CNCS's win condition has been and understands how to counter exactly that. Here's the pin being pulled, expects what's about to happen. Reads into the situation really well, and then just gets a free lineup for himself. A nice 4K just off the brain, and just going to be now moving into mini. Now trying to throw a fast A play when there's 4 players in the solar system, and knocking them out of orbit is the Bosses right now. Suiting tied up right now. They're in CEO mode. 13-2.
Absolutely. Signing contracts right now. The Bosses continue their process right here. They're switching over to the T side, where CNCS LastHope, I mean, this is their map pick, as we said. Finally, they get over to CT, where they've been more comfortable in general over the course of this tournament. But you're never going to get comfortable against the Bosses.
You know what would be, like, super fun for the Bosses? So, I mean, Slight, I believe Ellison and Wilkie have also all played underneath the tag of Infinity Gauntlet. Long time. Let's actually, hold on. Try Hut Rush. Giving a moment here. Dual Berettas. Oh, but they don't get into position. If they got the top hut, there's a chance. But maybe Yi can give CNCS Last Hope something to work with here. But the bomb's getting planted. And I wish I was going to be able to talk about a little bit of Fragadelphia lore. But I think this game's going to be over before I can even get around to it. Slight is going to go ahead and tap out a couple players. Ekim is going to hit the dirt. Gil in a 1v4. Yeah, this ain't looking pretty, is the way to phrase it. Bosses get the pistol.
That pistol probably ends the game. I mean, now we got a second. We got an eco. I think the Fragadelphia lore time, it's ripe for a little bit of backstory, Fi, if you got something.
So Ellison, Slight, and Wilkie have all played with under the tag of Infinity Gauntlet, and what they would do for every single one of the lands is they had a $30 plastic toy Thanos gauntlet, and they would bring it and put it on top of the middle PC.
That's awesome.
Okay, we have some Fragadelphia lore time. Oh, now we have time. Are they seriously just gladiatoring? Yes.
No, Darty Montana
strategy.
Iron Man.
Oh my god.
All right, he's up against shotguns. He's up against SMGs.
It's Darty Montana on Spartan mode right now. He's playing Counter-Strike on Spartan difficulty. They're letting the boss do the boss work right now. He's taken all of outside control single-handedly. And oh no, he's about to outflank one of these players. The boss. Come on, the boss. They gotta protect the president here somehow. The boss is trying to get hunted down, but he's just too good. He's the CEO. Every kill is an extra promotion for the boss, Darty Montana. And now they come in and split ramp. You're kidding. The boss did all the calling. And it's a 2v4.
Two shotguns are all that remain in the arsenal of
the Nova.
Project
Deliver.
90.
Yeah,
hey.
The Nova delivers. Finding JT, swings the double doors. And all of a sudden, he's down. The boss leading the charge. Gladiatoring is Darty Montana.
Whose turn is it next round is the question.
It can only be the boss. Darty Montana is the boss.
Large and in charge, Darty Montana.
So on the Infinity Gauntlet thing,
yeah.
What they should do with this squad of players, because I think these players will stick around with Darty Montana plays, is they should get Darty Montana just like a really standard like a suit jacket, just like a really standard one. He can wear it with the t-shirt or whatever he wants, but he needs to be the boss. Like he needs to know. They got to let everyone know that they're the boss. All right, the legendary strategy of 5 players T-roof. And it works. It works out for a
while
kill.
To get up there, honestly, Fi. They're running into Project 90, but going to take him down pretty easily. And yeah, as you said, for fun has begun. We're going to get Wilkie outside, who gets traded 2 versus 2.
What is happening?
With just absolute chaos in the outside.
Flanks on spawn. Traded positions. The CTs have the bomb. Ocean Hall has a Negev. And it's going to go down. Pushing forward, it is just Gil out to T-Red. Holding on for darn dear life. Yeah, don't mess with the bosses. They're on CEO mode. 16-2.
16-2 it is. And yeah, we already mentioned this. I mean, CNCS Last Hope would need a miracle, and it's certainly not going to happen in that map. The dominant win. I keep saying it, and it keeps being true. Slight and the boys. Darty Montana and the employees are out for blood in the semifinals, and they're already halfway there.
Yeah, I think, what is Slight doing? Oh, man.